Frying. Frying is an art of cooking food in hot oil or fat. It depends on the type of frying. Food is either partially or fully submerged in fat or oil until the food gets golden brown color with crispness and moist interior. Undeniably, fried food is delicious but should be consumed in moderation, as it could lead to health risks, particularly heart disease due to the fat content and potential trans fat consumption. Do note guys, some authorities consider frying as a dry heat cooking method, as food is heated in greasy medium without utilizing water. Hello friends, I am Naveen Chahal, welcomes you all on Hospitality Broadcast. In this video, we will explain different methods of frying and will answer some of questions such as which fat or oil is good for frying, should you reuse frying oil. There are 5 commonly used cooking methods for frying food: sautéing, pan frying, shallow frying, deep frying, and stir frying. Sautéing. The word is taken from French word sauté, which means jumped or bounced, which refers to tossing while cooking. For sauté, just enough oil or fat is used to lightly coat the pan bottom, which prevents food from sticking. It also makes it low-fat food. Food is generally sliced in small pieces and all ingredients are cooked at once. While cooking, all the ingredients are rapidly moved around by tossing, bouncing, or repeatedly jerking the pan itself. Normally, fast foods such as cutlets, vegetable pieces, and shrimps are sautéed in fat such as clarified butter or vegetable oil or a mix of both. Do not use low smoke point fat or oil. We will discuss about smoke point in the later part of this video. Next is pan frying. In pan frying, we use minimal amount of cooking oil or fat, just enough to lubricate the pan. In general, it is said to be 1/3 to 1/4 side of food to be cooked or fried. There may not be a need for oil or fat in case of greasy food such as bacon. Since the food is not fully covered, occasionally turn or flip it with spatula, a tongue, a fork to get both sides cooked. In pan frying, we use lower heat as compared to sauté because the food which is to be pan fried such as pork chops, steak, chicken breast, fish fillet or whole trout are not sliced into small pieces. It requires low heat so that the outer layer of food does not overcook by the time interior is properly cooked. Third method is shallow frying. In shallow frying, food is partially submerged in hot oil about a half side of food to be cooked. As the food is only partially submerged, it must be flipped in between to evenly cook the food. Shallow frying is used for portion size cuts of fish and meat and fritters, and can also be used to cook vegetables. Some chefs also recommend to fry the presentation side first, since this side will look better browned. Next is deep frying. In deep frying, food is completely submerged in hot oil or fat, thus also known as fully immersion form of frying. It needs a lot of oil to submerge the food completely. As the food is submerged in very hot oil, it gets cooked extremely quick, typically at a temperature of 177 to 191 degrees Celsius. Normally, you also need to top up the oil in between, and it is used several times before being disposed of. French fries, donuts, onion rings, Mars bars, hush puppies are common deep fried foods. Stir frying. In this form of frying, a small amount of ingredients are fried in hot oil while being stirred and tossed out rapidly using metal or wooden utensils. For better results, we can use a wok, and it is best done over an open fire or gas stove. For stir frying, wok is heated first at a very high temperature, then oil is added, followed by seasoning, and then the food to be fried is added. The food is stirred continuously and rapidly until the food is cooked. One can cook many dishes very quickly using stir frying. Well, there is also another term, air frying, which we do not include in this list as some authorities don't consider it as a technique of frying because we do not use oil or fat to fry. We use hot air to fry. The hot air is circulated around the food with the help of convection fan, which is present in an air fryer. It produces a crisp layer around the food. We can use air fryers to brown food like potato chips, french fries, fish, chicken, steak, etc. And food contains 70% to 80% less fat or oil as compared to a traditional deep fryer. Let's take a quick recap. In sautéing, the food is shaken back and forth, making the food jump. We use finely chopped ingredients. In pan frying technique, food is occasionally flipped or stirred. Shallow frying refers to partially submerging the food while frying. As opposed to this, food is fully submerged the whole time it is fried in deep frying. In stir frying, small amount of ingredients are fried in hot oil while being stirred and tossed out rapidly using metal or wooden utensils. Air frying uses hot air to fry. The selection of fat and oil for frying depends on various factors such as frying technique, recipe, desired flavor, etc. The preference of fat or oil used in frying also varies from one area to another around the world. In India, we prefer ghee, coconut oil, mustard oil, groundnut oil, while in Southeast Asia, palm oil is preferred. In South and Central America, lard is commonly used, and in Mediterranean, pure olive oil is the first choice. Well, to answer in simple line, use the oil or fat with the higher smoke point for frying. Lower smoke point fats are more suited for cold use such as salad dressing. The smoke point is the temperature at which oil starts to burn and degrade. The unsaturated fats are healthier options but have lower smoke point, means it breaks down at typical frying temperature. On the other hand, saturated fats like rendered beef or duck fat will produce better flavor and less oiling. You must keep in mind that smoke point may vary from same type of oil depending on seed quality and how it's processed and produced. Storage of oil also affects its quality. Most of the oil should be kept in airtight container in a cool environment away from direct sunlight to increase its longevity. Well, you can use some of the oil for another round of frying. Before using, check if the oil appears light and clear. For reusing, first let the oil cool to normal temperature, then strain out any fried debris or crumbs and store it in a glass or plastic bottle. Before discarding oil, let the oil cool to room temperature and then pour into an empty tin can or any other disposable container. Then throw it in the trash. Remember, never pour it down to drainage pipes, as it can clog these pipes and damage plumbing. Well, this was all about frying. I hope you like this video. If you do, hit like button. For any doubt, queries or suggestions, comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe Hospitality Broadcast. Thank you for watching.